welcome to the Brown Fed. I'm your host Leopold, and today I'm gonna be doing a podcast on Survivor Winners at War. Yeah, so last Wednesday the Winners at War ended, so I decided to do a podcast on it. Now, first of all, my full thoughts on the cast. I think it was a pretty good cast, like all pretty good winners. Like, I know some people complain about the cast because people like I forget what people were complaining about, but they didn't like how these people weren't on it, or these people like were on the cast. But like, this is a pretty good cast, just because, like, you know, they've all like won different seasons. Well, except for that one winner that won twice. But yeah, basically, like, all different kind of, like, different eras of Survivor, like, representing it. But what I find funny is that there's a lot of winners in the 30th season. Like, from season 31 to season 37, all those winners are there. I don't know, I just find that kind of funny. My favorites are Nick and Kim, just because, you know, they're pretty funny. Like, Nick had that one standout moment about the crush thing, and that was pretty funny. The biggest mistake of Kim's season, of Winners at War, is giving up immunity for peanut butter, because you don't step down for peanut butter, you stand there until you win. But yeah, now the winner of the season was Tony. Now, okay, so in the final episode, I wanted Denise to win, but when Denise was voted out, I wanted Sarah to win. But then when Sarah was voted out, I didn't know who I wanted to win, just because, I don't know. But the winner, Tony, good win, I guess. Edge of Extinction, everybody's favorite thing. Now, I feel like the Edge of Extinction was actually pretty well done, just because, like, the Edge, like, they had more to do. Like, they had different challenges each day to get advantages in the game. But yeah, I actually think Edge of Extinction worked out, like, pretty well in this one. I feel like it worked out better than in the original season of Edge of Extinction. The challenges. Now, okay, I really like the challenges in this one. The only challenges that they're really missing was, like, the ball challenge. Like, you know, the disc and then you put a ball on. Yeah, that's the only challenge they were really missing. But there were some cool, unique ones. My favorite challenge, the bucket one, where it's like you hold your hand up and then there's a bucket attached to you. Now, my only problem with that was that it lasted so short. Like, it barely had any time to shine. But yeah, the challenges were pretty good overall. Fire tokens. Yes, fire tokens. Now, this was the new thing introduced in the Survivor Winners at War. And they work pretty well. Like, you can buy food and different stuff, because, like, the fire tokens are cool. Like, you can buy peanut butter, which is what most of them did. On the Edge of Extinction, you could buy hidden immunity L's. You could buy advantages in the challenges, which was pretty cool. But yeah, like, I feel like fire tokens, I don't know how overpowered they are. I mean, they're difficult to get, and also when you get voted out, you have to lend your fire token to somebody. The tribes. Now, the tribes didn't really have a theme per se. They're just place these people on these tribes. Like, it would be, I know there isn't that many old school players, but it would have been cool old school versus new school. I know they wouldn't do that because it's very debatable what old school and new school is. New school. But yeah, I don't know, the tribes, like, they didn't, I don't know, I mean, it would be cool if they were divided into new school and old school. Alright, now I'm moving on to, like, the kind of the things that happened in the game Cops R Us. A great alliance. Just what a great alliance. Like, it started in Survivor Kage-On and then ended in Survivor Winners at War in a great way. People say it's Survivor's greatest alliance, which might be debatable in some eyes, but here's the thing. The name is amazing. Cops R Us, like, that's such a good name. Like, yeah, like it had a great alliance. One of my favorite parts of Survivor Winners at War, the Queen Slayer, aka Denise. When Denise literally took, like, basically Sandra gave Denise these two idols to, I think it was to blindside Jeremy or something, and then Denise used that idol against Sandra, and Sandra got one vote, and all the other votes were Denise. So Sandra just won out with only one vote casted against. Sandra quits. Now, it's very debatable if Sandra quits because, like, I don't know. I don't, like, okay, here's the thing. As soon as Sandra got there, she just quit. But then also, people said that Ben quit. Now, here's the thing. It's like, when Sandra got voted out, she immediately quit. But Ben kind of stayed, like, Ben was, it was kind of debatable if Ben quit or Sandra quit. Because Ben just got voted out, but, like, was kind of asking to be voted out. But then Sandra just pulled the flag and just left. The family visit. Now, this family visit was different because, you know, like, a lot of these players have, like, families, so, like, it was cool. It's like, now, usually you expect the children to be rowdy and, like, running around, but no, they're very well behaved in the family visit. It was very nice that there's a family visit at Edge of Extinction. It led to a very funny moment at the end where the jury hugged Jeff just because Jeff got the family visit to the Edge of Extinction. Spy nest. Yes, spy nest. Tony just goes up in the spy nest and, like, starts spying on people's conversations. Like, it's very funny just because it's like nobody knows that Tony's there except for that one time. And it's just so clever. Like, instead of an underground bunker or, like, a spy shack, it's all about the spy nest. Advantages from Edge of Extinction. Now, basically, the players could basically get these advantages in the Edge of Extinction and then send it to the player and use it against them as long as they pay up these fire tokens. That's very funny. It's like it's like the advantage is being played against you and you have to get all these fire tokens, and then once the person at Edge of Extinction gets the fire tokens, they can just buy as, like, so many stuff. The song. Now, you know the song, "You better be ready, it's coming for you." Boom. Yeah, that song. Yeah, well, that song is questionably very let's just say interesting. Like, it's so weird. It's like when it first came on, it was like, "You better be ready." It became a meme. Like, I actually set a Survivor alarm and I set the song to that song because I thought it was so funny. The old school vote out. Like, you know, when how at the beginning people said that they were targeting the old school players, like when Amber, Ethan, and Boston Rob, and yeah. But here's the thing about that. there were still old school players still in the game, but people didn't consider them old school. Like what's considered old school? Like an old school winner, an old school player? Because I don't know, it just doesn't really make that much sense. Nick popping out of conversations just, it's like how Nick was going into conversations just trying to get information. That was just hilarious. Idol hunting. Now, I really like the Survivor players when they're going around places searching for idols. It's just very cool to see. It's like most of them can find idols without clues, and especially when you have 2 cops on there. Yeah, idols are very easy to find. The tribal council, which I consider the funniest tribal council, is when Adam was trying to get this idol, which he thought was an idol, but apparently it was like a fake idol, like was just saying, I would like to play the stand at tribal council that looked like an idol. It's like you're just trying to, it's just hilarious. It's like you're trying to play that. The ladder. Now, the ladder was pretty funny just because it was a ladder, and then when it was built, Tyson was like, I know we signed waivers, but I don't think they said anything about building ladders. Yeah. But yeah, the ladder was just hilarious. Like, it's like, is that gonna break? That's always the question. Natalie coming back from the edge of extinction. Now, people were worried that it was going to be like a Chris Underwood situation where you're like first voted out and then you come back to the edge and then win. Apparently they didn't vote for Michelle in the final 3 just because they didn't want Natalie to win. Not because Natalie was a bad player, but just because the reception of how Chris Underwood won the edge of extinction, the reception would have been pretty bad. No live reunion! Yes, there was no live reunion. They took all that extra time to, like, tell more of the episode. Yeah, we didn't even get a live reunion. Like, imagine a live reunion on a Zoom call. Yes, a Zoom call. That would be weird if they had a live reunion on a Zoom call. Like, I don't know, it's just kind of interesting to think about that it could have been on a Zoom call. Well, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed my Survivor Winners at War podcast, and see you next week.